Great morning. This morning I pulled cards. I wanted to know what's coming down on 45's head. And what I got is, first card out is the loss. Okay. The loss that he faced of the presidency. What's happening now? We have the investigation. We have the January 6th committee looking into everything that happened on the day that was supposed to be the peaceful transfer of power. The challenge is the strength of their case, the strength of the witnesses that are coming forward. The double-edged sword is again talking about the new actions. What are the new actions that are going to be taken? Outcome of this, these are things that he's trying to not hear, trying to not take in, trying to block whatever he can block. And again, usually this is the card of making a choice, making a decision, but I also see it as being blocked. Not wanting to see, not wanting to feel, not wanting to, he doesn't want to believe what's coming down, okay? Blocking the reality of what's coming. So when we have the loss and the investigation, we have the struggle with that, the infighting. So, of course, he's continuing to fight against it and to bring forward his nonsense. So when it comes to the strength of it, we have the path that he's walked. Now, for me, the Fool indicates your journey, the choices you've made, what direction you're going, okay? So he made this his choice as to what direction he was going to go. And then when we have this choice of direction and his wanting to ignore it, the emotions are coming through with it, okay? So difficult for him. So what we have going forward with the strife, the difficulties of the strife, and let me put these back out here so I can see what goes with what again. Okay. When we have the strife and, his actions, okay, the path he decided to walk, what we have coming up with that is those that are telling the tale, okay? Those that are coming out and telling the tale of what took place. When we have the strength and those coming out with their tale, okay, we have the death. This is the end of his career. This is going to finish it off because with that, they're looking at the past actions, okay? They're looking at his past actions when it comes to January 6th. So that is, the end of his career, the end of all this. Underneath of it all, we have wanting to gain stability and a stableness when it comes to the White House, when it comes to governing. And they're looking at the uber right, okay, the actions of the uber right, those that were involved with it, okay, and this is taking them, you know, out of, they're out in the cold with this. There is no justification for what happened. And in the end, he is the one that had the power in hand. He's the one that's directing it. He is the one that was orchestrating everything. Everything comes down on his head. So that's what I got. This deck is called the Ukiyo-e Tarot. Ukiyo-e. It's a Japanese tarot deck, Ukiyo-e. And so it's a little bit, you know, a little more difficult to read when you're not used to this deck, but we, you know, but we made it through. But anyway, what's coming down on his head is his actions when it came to January 6th. He doesn't want to. He wants to try to block it. He wants to try to, you know, again, insulate himself as he always does. And this is, again, what happens with the toxic narcissist. They're the ones that are out there creating the problem, and yet they're always crying that they're the victim. Okay? They're the victimizer that's always crying victim. Poor me, look what they're doing to me. And you know, he's brought these actions on himself by his choices. Okay? And so I'm going to leave this here, but thanks for tuning in. Let me know what you think of the read, and I do so appreciate it, and I'll see you online.